How's it going, everybody? Welcome into Academy Film Room from the Star in Frisco. Kyle Yeomans and former Dallas Cowboy Isaiah Stanback. And Isaiah, of course, we're going to look back at the 38-10 loss to the Cardinals on Monday Night Football. Wasn't pretty from a film room perspective, and the coaches are going to address that, but we're only going to go through one play, and then we're going to look ahead a little bit to Washington in an NFC East battle. But it starts with this Kenyon Drake 69-yard run.
Yeah, it was definitely a tote. And before we even get to the film, let's mention this. On this particular player, we all understand that it was all, at the end of the game, right? And most times we say the game is out of hand. But this is still something that we have to shore up, right? As we talk about our defensive front, as we've been mentioning over the past weeks, we talk about our front seven. This is what we cannot allow to happen, continuing to go forth with this season. This is a drill that we actually run in practice, right? In the NFL, it's called a 9-on-7 drill, right? There's 7 guys on offense and there's 9 guys on defense. It's meant to make it difficult on the offense because there's obviously 2 more guys on the defensive side of the ball, which are the safeties that are unaccounted for in the blocking scheme. Not on this particular play. So let's take a look at this. All right. You guys see right here, we're going to hand the ball off. Murray's going to hand it off to Drake. I want everybody to see how our defensive line gets consumed with the blocks. If you can run this play right here, Matt. Boom. Perfect. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody is locked up. As you can see this still shot here. Locked up, locked up, locked up. Drake has free reign, except for where? He has a hole here where there's a free man that we talked about in the drill, the 9-on-7 drill, and Wilson, right? And then we had another man that came, our other safety came and ran free through the hole, unaccounted for, but somehow, some way, push play for me, Matt. Drake finds a hole and takes off for 69 yards. We can't have it. We're going to take another look from the other angle. It gets a little uglier when we take a look at it from this perspective. As we talked about before, again, 9-on-7. Boom, boom, boom. We have the numbers here. We should be able to stop this. There are 9 men in the box versus 7 of their guys. Shouldn't happen, right? Push the play button. Let's see what happens here. Boom, 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 boom. Pause right there. Tight end has a block. Tackle has a block. Guard has a block. Coming over here, center, guard, tackle, okay? Everybody is consumed except for what? Drake sees this hole right here, which is somebody's running through, right? So I don't understand why you even run through this hole when Drake is going that way. You should simply sit there and scrape over the top. But as Drake gets the ball, the only man he sees that is free right now is Wilson. So as you guys see, push the play button. Instead of coming and shooting the hole, Wilson gets caught up in the wash with the rest of the linemen for whatever reason, loses sight of who he's supposed to be after, which is Drake, and Drake now he's chasing him from behind.
Now, if we could go back to really right when that hole was starting to form and you saw the handoff from Kyler Murray here, do you think the play action earlier in the game and the bootleg ability and the running ability of Kyler Murray forced Xavier Woods to come down and plug that hole?
Not at all, because Xavier Woods, what he should be doing, instead of filling this gap, instead of shooting through this hole, right, he should be sitting in that gap and being able to scrape. He's either going to scrape over the top to handle Drake as he goes to the backside, or he's going to scrape over the top and try to contain Kyler Murray. There's absolutely no reason why Woods should be shooting this gap when Drake is going to the opposite side of the line. Wow,
okay. So even Xavier Woods, who's trying to come down and make a play, is still in the wrong spot. And you can't be in the wrong spot even in a game against Washington and the football team. And we're going to look on the other side of the football. The offensive line has their work cut out for them.
Yes.
This isn't just one of the better defensive lines in the division. Might be one of the best in the NFL, and we're going to see exactly why here.
Absolutely. As we talk about the Washington football team, these guys have 5, count them, 5 first-round defensive linemen on this line. And we've heard a lot about Chase Young, right, and very much so. He's a first-round pick this year. He's balling out. He's doing his thing. But these guys also have Sweat, Allen, and they have Kerrigan coming off the bench. I mean, these guys have a plethora of defensive linemen, and we have to be concerned with this dread-headed guy in Chase Young because he is going to come, and he's coming fast. As you guys see here, where these guys are coming out in a 2-by-2 set over here with the Giants, right? 2 high safeties. High alert. As we go into this game, as soon as you step up to the line of scrimmage, you see 2 safeties up high. We talked about it last week. You see this safety stacked over the slot defender. You need to be looking at this man right here and acknowledging that he's probably going to be coming, right? So as you step up to the line of scrimmage right here, all right, you guys see that he's over there. He is going to come. We're going to get a blitz right here. Even when we go to a 3-by-1 set, you see the line. They don't adjust on defense. They don't shift across. So you know it's zone, right? It's either zone or zone blitz. As I see this guy creeping down, I see his eyes on the backfield. I'm thinking zone blitz. So as this tackle here, this tackle should be locked on with Chase Young, right? That this outside man, if he's staying there, should be looking at that guy, or he should just be coming free. You never want to give up an inside defender, right? You rather have the outside guy have to run the long route. Let's see what happens on this play. Old Fleming here, a very familiar face. somehow just get caught deer in the headlights. He's looking at the outside man, which is a DB, by the way, and he gives up Chase Young and lets Chase Young come back here and make a play on Freeman.
You look at Cam Fleming here, and I know that was not necessarily his assignment in terms of going for that DB, but do you think it might be on whoever's calling the protection and the slide here at the same time?
Very much so. So it's all about the communication here from the quarterback, right? But as an offensive lineman, like I mentioned earlier, your job is to stay in the hip pocket of the next man inside of you, right? So Fleming's job is to stay hip to hip with this offensive guard right here. You never want to leave a defensive end free and try to go pick up a defensive back. Right? So if anything, regardless of what the protection is, Fleming should be sliding down to protect that near gap or a run block, whatever it is, and then take Young and then worry about the DB later. But you guys see here at the snap of the ball, Fleming literally pops up. He gets lost in space. And this is what our young, unexperienced offensive line now, what we cannot allow for going into this game, especially as we've lost guys on the offensive line, especially as Andy Dalton stepping in with the limited amount of reps, right? We can't afford for these type of mistakes because this entire defensive line, not just Chase Young, is going to be coming play after play.
Well, you see how quick 99 was off the edge. You see the push you get in the middle of that defensive line. That defensive line's scary. Second overall pick out of Ohio State, and Chase Young, he's going to be a wrecking ball in the middle of that defense. Now, whenever you look at the offensive side for Washington, they're pretty susceptible. Kyle Allen at quarterback. Should he be the quarterback going into this week? They've got three of them, Dwayne Haskins and Alex Smith in the fold as well. But how do you beat Washington on the defensive side of the football?
Play sound, fundamental defense. We don't have to do anything amazing on the defensive side of the ball. Kyle Allen is not that experienced. He is going to give you an opportunity to make some plays. In this particular play right here, they're running just a base defense. And they have a little blitzer coming off the edge, but what he tends to do, he tends to hold on to the ball a little bit, right? He has some inexperienced receivers as well. He doesn't have a true number one receiver to really go to every play. So he's waiting on guys to get all the way open. He's not throwing guys open. So when you tend to do that as a quarterback, you tend to hold on to it a little bit too long, as we see on this play here. So you guys, you're going to see the motion into the backfield. You're going to see the DB right here, Logan Ryan, boom, coming right off the edge. He steps up. Instead of getting rid of the ball, if you run it back for me one time, Matt, right there, all right? Boom, he has his eyes in the backfield. He's worried about defenders there instead of seeing his man open right here in the seam, his man open right here in the seam. So he has guys open versus his single high safety, but he's more concerned about the pass rush and holding on to the ball.
We kind of saw that pressure-wise for Andy Dalton as well in the middle of the game this past Monday against Arizona. Now, we might bring a little of that added pressure on the outside. Do you think that's something that could help?
I definitely do, because I don't think that they're experienced enough on this side of the ball for the Redskins, for the Washington football team, to be able to handle the pressure, right? And we need to be able to provide pressure. We hope that our front line, our front seven can do so, but if they can't, we need to be able to create confusion for Allen, either for him to sit on the ball and hold it too long, or for him to give it up to us in the air. But as we see on this play, he holds on for it a little bit too long, gets his eyes caught back here, concerned with what's going on in the backfield, and misses the guys that are actually working their butts off to get open.
And you are also going to find a way to get to him in terms of he's going to throw you a couple footballs.
Yes, sir, Bob. Yeah, he's going to do that, right? So we just talked about his inability to keep his eyes down the field. When he does have time to look down the field, if you play sound defense, if our guys, our secondary guys, play the responsibilities, don't get crazy. They don't have to make Superman plays. Just do what you're asked to do and play sound defense right here. 3-by-1 set. Typically, when the teams go 3-by-1, you almost have to go single high safety. So that's what you're seeing here with the Giants. They're running a single high defense, typically man-to-man or cover 3. We see the play go here. Go ahead and push the play button for me, Matt. Running a sound defense. He has protection. He has time to throw the ball. If you pause it right here, boom. He has guys open. Open. And somehow, some way, he finds a way to throw it within this triangle right here, okay? You guys see it. He had to run it back just 1 second, Matt. Boom, 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 right there. You guys see this triangle of defense. This is what you want as a perfect defense, because everybody's doing their job. He has a third. He has a third. These guys are playing their responsibilities. They're not doing anything outside of what they're supposed to do, which we call do your job, DYJ, right? And he is still finding a way to give the ball to the defense here with a nice interception. Too easy. These are plays that we want to be in position to make. We don't have to go make them. We just have to wait for them to come to us.
Well, and I think you even had the tight end across the middle. That probably would have been a first down. There were a couple options there for Kyle Allen, and he threw it into the defense, and it ultimately ended up in a pick. Sunday football again. We're through with Monday night this week as the Cowboys lost by 28, but you get a chance for a divisional win coming up this week. Things still look on the bright side. First place in the NFC East. He's Isaiah Stanback. I'm Kyle Yeomans. That'll do it for Academy Film Room.